I almost said around the ACL. I am like
Yeah.
I'm in the zone.
Do it. I mean, it's either that or were you going to say what bagging and bragging there for a
Just
second?
Wally intros us in the bag.
I got
Yeah.
you. I got you.
That one would be weird, but
Yeah.
around the ACL, I have to intro every single week.
I know. You got big doings there around the ACL. You got to keep those two guys in line, and they're freaking out right now. But especially Anthony. Anthony's loving this. What do you? All right. You know what? Before we get to it, what do you think about all the partner switches?
This is so fun. I think it's so fun.
But what do you think about? I mean, it's fun and it's kind of interesting, kind of in a, see what everyone's doing, kind of like a high school kind of way. But like I know I'm Debbie Downer, but like I think sometimes people would be better off staying. Like the grass isn't always greener.
Oh yeah, they'll learn, right? I mean, this is like, you think about it. This is so I've been involved since 2021. Let me point you as a question.
Okay.
Was this off season and partner and bag, was that all like a big, huge to do like 4 years ago?
No.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
I think it was, but it wasn't, right? I mean, I think the first big one was when Fire Cornhole kind of made their big shot on the scene, right? I think that was the big one. They and Lucky Bags especially kind of took some big shots and took some big chances with some names. I think that was the first time. What was that, 2021 when that happened, right? Or was it 2020?
So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was 2021, but I'm probably wrong. I don't know, man. I mean, some of this stuff is so fun, but I'm also looking at some of these names that are still out there searching for a partner. Like, I mean, and I think some people are trying to move on to greener pastures. Obviously, bag manufacturers have a lot to say. They're throwing money at certain people. People are going to follow that money. I understand it. I get it. I'm not saying they shouldn't do it, but the grass is always not greener if winning is your objective.
Yeah, and I think that's what people are going to learn in future seasons. But the reason I posed the question to you is because I would imagine that this is still relatively new to everybody. So,
I think so.
Partnerships and sponsorships, and it's like one of the conversations that Wally and I've been having. We play like a little game at the end of our show, like a would you rather kind of thing. And a lot of our questions are coming along the lines of like, if you had the perfect partner, but it wasn't your perfect bag, would you do it? Would you go for bag over money? Like all these variables.
Mm-hmm.
What's most important? Is money?
I think money. I mean, to argue money's not the most important, I don't think there's an argument there.
See, I think there is.
I don't think so, and not when you're talking the top players. I disagree completely. When you're talking the top players, they're following money. I mean, we can talk about Tanner Halbert and Jesus Christ, his new partner. They do not mesh. And then how is their bag situation going to mesh? But they're following money. I mean, there are certain partners. I mean, now look, you get down below the top 20. Yes, I think you are looking at people that are following bags or following chemistry, so on and so forth. But I think the top players are following money, period. And I don't know
if that's what they're doing. I'm saying if it were me, there would be more involved than just the money, because I would want to play with someone and that I really get along with and talk to on a regular basis and
100%
with, and I want them to be my partner, like my partner, not just the person that shows up on the other side of the board.
I agree. I'm actually kind of amazed that certain players have done well with people that they don't necessarily, like you're saying. I mean, they're not necessarily friends. I mean, they're friendly, but they're not necessarily friends. And I think, some people would say, well, they're professionals. It shouldn't matter. They should try to win. And I get it. But I think it would be easier to win with someone that I think perfect example is Jay Rubin and Jordan Power at the end of last season, which was like a month ago. We're saying end of last season, but, like a month ago. I mean, their chemistry won them those matches, I think. Obviously, I think they had some issues early in the season, with just a myriad of problems. But when they finally kind of honed in on each other, I think that natural chemistry they have together won out. I don't know, man. I get it, what players are doing, especially, look, if one of those bag manufacturers came to me and said, here's X amount of dollars, I want you to call every game that our players have, I'm probably doing it, right? So I mean, I can't imagine how that is on a 21-year-old, a 22-year-old,
No,
a
and that's why
17-year-old.
you're asking me, in my late 30s, this question, not my early 20s. I think that's a completely different conversation. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's all just interesting. So we're going to have two partner reveals on the show today. So we are going to get into that. Very exciting. And we're going to be able to ask some questions. And I know that maybe, I don't know, do you think this will be a surprise?
I don't know. I think the first one might be a bit of a surprise. I mean, I'm also not entrenched in the social media conversation the way that a lot of people are. So I don't know what's been passed around. So I don't know how much everyone knows. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of these are not well-held secrets.
Well, here, let me put it out there because, we're gonna chat for a little bit and then go to break and come back with the first one. But we are gonna have Kimberly Glass and we are gonna have Devin Harbaugh. So they're gonna be releasing their partners.
Yes.
So if you feel like you know that partner, feel free to let us know in the comments there. But I didn't know. And I feel like I am pretty plugged in. So.
By the way, I'm not going to give away the partners, and if you're in the chat out there and you are aware of these partners coming on, I actually think these both work really well.
Yes, I do.
I've been kind of mystified by some of the partnerships that have come together. I think both of these work really well.
Agreed. Well, we are going to get into that. Like I said, we're going to be able to ask them all the tough questions. I was starting to say, I know, was it last week with the Jamie Graham reveal? I mean, everything's blurring together in my head right now.
Right.
I mean, he asked the questions. I mean, he got in there.
I think he and Frank are an interesting partnership. I think they, as far as like you and I were talking about 5 seconds ago about feeling comfortable with someone, I think it works really well. But you know what? This is so weird because we always bury Frank Modlin.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, Frank doesn't belong on that level. How would you choose him? But I mean, he still finds a way, right? I mean, I think Jamie is still on a level above Frank, and I love both of these human beings. I do. I consider Frank Modlin a friend of mine, but I think Jamie's on another level as a player. And I'm surprised he didn't pick a player or go after a player or whatever that was more on his level. That is kind of a surprise to me.
Well, this will be a testament to, does chemistry play out, right?
And look, I think if there's a person out there that secretly loves all of this, it's Frank Modlin. Right? Like me saying this, he's loving it. He's writing it down right now. If he's watching, he's writing this down, and sometime in June of next year, he's gonna like, oh man, I remember when you said that, Bernie. Like, he's literally gonna, like, it's gonna come back to me. But I hope it works out. I really do. But I don't know, man. And that's why some of these partnerships that I've been seeing, I don't know. I don't know if chasing money is the best idea if you want to win. I think chasing money is the best idea if you want your bank account to be bigger. Completely understand it, right? Completely get it. But if you want to win, I'm not necessarily sure some of these are going to work, but we'll see.
Yeah, but you're forgetting something. You're saying that this is a way to make your bank account bigger, but this is only one way to make your bank account bigger.
That's true.
One of the things that Wally asked me was a question along these lines, like, would you take this contract for a big contract with someone that you didn't enjoy playing with? And I said no, because I'm very entrepreneurial and I think I could figure out another way to make money as a pro. I think I could figure out a way to make
You could.
So that's why I wouldn't do it.
I don't know if all our players have that entrepreneurial spirit.
But you can. Okay.
It's possible. It's possible. Yes. I think that takes a lot of work away from just grinding on the game. And I think when you start talking the elite of the elite, they need to grind on their game. They don't necessarily need to be grinding on the other stuff unless there are opportunities now. Like, well, all right, to your point, would you rather be grinding on getting opportunities to make that money elsewhere, or would you rather be grinding on your game if you were a top 20 player?
I don't think it's necessarily one or the other, because if I'm a full-time pro, I don't have this isn't a side hustle, then it's like, how many hours am I grinding, throwing bags per day? Even if it's 6 hours, that still leaves me plenty of time to be on social media, creating content and finding ways to make money.
I'm with you, especially with the age of some of these guys, right? And girls. They're young. right? Not all of them have families. Not all of them have another job, like you're saying. They've got time. You're right. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's a grind. I mean, I honestly think now at the top level, these players, I think 6 hours, is that enough?
Couldn't tell you. We'll have to find out. When we come back, we'll bring on Kimberly Glass to tell us who she's going to be playing with right after this. Welcome back. We are going to get into our very first partner reveal of the show. We're going to have two of them. First one, Kimberly Glass. Second one, Devin Harbaugh. So, Bernie, are you ready to say hello to our first guest?
I am. I'm excited about this one. Let's do this.
All right. What's up, Kimberly?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Yay. Yay. There she is. Look at how well she's got it in that corner with the window. Meanwhile, I've got like another blank wall behind me. Just another blank wall. That's blank walls. That's what I do. We hate.
I got the locusts even chirping outside.
Oh yeah, and the cicadas. Where do you live?
That time of the year, Ohio.
That's right. Yep, it is that time of the year. I'm so ready for cold weather. Anybody else?
Me too.
Am I alone in this?
That's what's great.
Fall weather is the best.
Yes.
I just want to wear a sweatshirt. Is that so much to ask?
It's not. I want to live in sweats and a sweatshirt for the rest of my life. So
100%. 100. And I love the beach. And I just moved to the beach, but the beach is the best from like November to February. There's no one out there. It's peaceful. It's gorgeous. You can throw a sweatshirt on. It's amazing. Yeah, that's. I can't wait. But anyway, I digress. Yeah. Sorry, Kimberly. I'm making it about me, not you. That's what I do.
Kimberly, what a great season you had there. Loved how you performed under the lights with all the pressure. So really looking forward to see your upcoming season and obviously to find out who you're going to be playing with. So before we introduce who it's going to be, just tell us a little bit about your thoughts and feelings for the upcoming season.
Well, I'm actually pretty excited. Last season was kind of a roller coaster with me with partners. So it's going to be kind of nice because my partner this year, I know, is committed. I know that all the events, my partner will be there. Try not to reveal too much, but I'm really looking forward to it because we're both competitors. We're both aggressive. We're both with Team Ultra. So we throw the same style of bags. So I'm really pumped because I feel like if we're both going to be on, then we're really going to hopefully make a good name for ourselves this season.
Kim, let me ask a real quick question. I feel like your game matured quickly in the second half of the season. You've been a pro for a very long time now, really, if you think about it. But I feel like your game took another step in the second half of last season. And we're talking about last season. Once again, this is just like a month or two ago when this was all taking place. But I mean, honestly, I feel like, was it self-confidence? Was it all of a sudden like, well, I think I'm that good, or all of a sudden it was, I know I'm that good? Did that kind of happen for you?
Well, I think it's a combination of things. The beginning of the season, of the pro season, I had surgery back in March. So I was off for 30 days, didn't touch a bag. The first bag I touched was at Corpus Christi, for the first national. I went not feeling well. I was very exhausted, tired that weekend. And I was actually surprised at how I performed that weekend, considering what I had been through. And then, we built our barn in March as well. It was done about mid-April. So in June, I hammered it. I was out in the barn with the guys from Grand Lake. We were out there. They practiced with me. I started going to, some of the regionals too that I chose, was Michigan. They're loaded with pros up in Michigan. So I feel like that helped me be a little bit more confident, playing more aggressively. But I honestly have to say, I don't know, how when you're an athlete and sometimes things just click partway through the season, you do that in all your sports, high school sports.
I've heard about it. I've heard about it. I have no idea how that happens.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to introduce that to you, Tony. But I think that just happened to me. Like, I'd say like Canton time frame. I had been on the live court. I was, of course, with Kim Glass, it was a ton of fun. I knew I was a little bit more relaxed. I was serious, but I was a little bit more relaxed atmosphere. But when Cameron and I played, the nerves were definitely there. But then in Detroit, it was the Kentucky Colonels. I was on the live match with Whitney. I was a little bit more comfortable. So I just feel as I went through, I was comfortable. I won't lie, I was devastated when I was on the live court with Cheyenne, at Worlds, because I had such a great game going until that timeout took place. And so, when we got to Ventura, and I got to give Caleb credit because he did a great job too, just kind of keeping me, what is what we're going to do? Let's just go out and play our game. So I felt comfortable with him as a partner too, that I wasn't going to disappoint him, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But I will admit I was bound and determined not to lose my match, at least on my end, against Cheyenne when we were out in Ventura. But I was a little bit more focused, and I tried not to let everything around me, the surroundings, bother me. And so I think I've heard you guys talk before about maybe just for all the times I've been on, I got a little bit more comfortable, and I would say that's true. So that's kind of what I'm going to give credit to, is just that comfortable. And then I just got a little bit more confident with myself, especially in my airmails and my pushes.
You think?
Yeah.
Unconscious, I swear. All right, Kimberly, let's not let everyone keep waiting here. Please introduce your partner to us.
Okay, well, this season, I'm pleased to introduce as my partner, and we both love purple, and it is going to be Yeti Irwan. And I saw a couple people predict that. So they're, we both have our big shirts on too.
We didn't even talk about it.
Oh, that's true. Well,
that's a good sign. That's a good sign right there.
But we do need to get them to make us purple shirts because we both love purple. So
I agree.
Well, we will have to. I think somebody can make that happen over there at the Ultra headquarters. And congratulations! I love this pairing. You both have experience on the broadcast, so that's got to be really comforting. And you're both awesome, competitive ladies. So congratulations on the partnership.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I've got one quick question, and I know this. All right, so a lot of people have talked about, Super Bowl being kind of silly, and it's kind of, it's fun at times, but it's kind of, I think both of you benefited greatly from it, getting extra reps on the broadcast court. I think both of you ladies kind of took that and ran with it. Whereas a lot of people don't take it serious. They're out there, whatever. I think both of you, whether it was conscious or subconscious, kind of used, hey, I'm on the broadcast court. I'm going to take advantage of these reps. And I think it helped you in the tournaments that you got to later on the broadcast court. What are your thoughts on that?
Go ahead, Yeti. I'll let you go first.
I definitely agree with that. I was very grateful that I got to be on the Super Bowl, and playing with Aaron Jones was just such a great opportunity. I have like you have no idea how many people contacted me like, could you please get his autograph? How was it? How was he? And even like when we get to the championship, he couldn't come, and then I got Cal Mitchell, and I also got some people contacted me and I had a blast throwing with both Aaron Jones and Cal Mitchell. And even though it's just for fun because you're playing with a celebrity and it's just we just get exposure on TV, but I enjoy it very much, and it's really helped me to like not thinking about, oh, I'm under the bright light, and yeah, it's helped a lot, and I enjoy it very much.
So I just have to say in the comments, someone said, look at those time zones, because you've got
Yeah.
and Kimberly in 2 different time zones, very different times of the day. So just the contrast is
Kimberly and I are going to bed soon after this is over, and everyone else, y'all are still in daylight over there. Yeah.
I'm going to go eat dinner with my in-laws and watch football. I just bring that up. It's funny, but it's important. Like, team chemistry is important. Obviously, you guys don't live in the same conference area. So what kind of things are you going to do to be able to build that chemistry and stay connected?
Okay. Well, I know, and that is something that, Yeti and I talked about, and I know that I'm going to try my best to make as many opens as I can, just so we can get that extra playing time if I can and make those. But as far as, the pro shootouts, the pro nationals, what I'm really excited about is with women's and the possibility of the women's doubles. I think that with us, getting together, I feel like we should be a pretty good, powerful team. We offset one another. I think our personalities are pretty good together. So again, I'm going to try to make as many opens as I can. With me being a school teacher, I have a little bit less personal days until May. So I was up front with Yeti to let her know that, listen, I'm going to try to make the ones I can. And if I can't, then, I find another partner and we're going to make it work through the pro season though.
For sure.
All right. I have to do this real quick. I have to do this. I did it a little bit on Borderline. Shameless plug.
Uh-oh.
I have to apologize to Kim Glass. I said going into the Pro Invitational, there were 2 teams I thought that could not win. Kim Glass.
You did not.
I did. You knew that. You came up to me and talked to me about it in Ventura. And then I was like, oh, and I had to apologize. And look, let's face it. There were a couple of matches there you won on your end. Against Devin Harbaugh and Cameron Belvin, you went back-to-back 5s on Devin. In a round limit, you scored 10 points in 2 rounds against Harbaugh. That wins that match, right? I mean, let's be honest. That wins that match.
Yeah.
So I have to apologize to Kim Glass. I have to apologize. I was wrong again.
You got Devin in the green room, right? Just throwing his arms.
I know. I'm going to talk to Devin about some stuff.
I got to share this because when I was talking about Caleb being very supportive, I was like, when we got to the next game, I said, okay, now I'm going to take Cameron, you're going to take Devin, right? And that meant we would have had to switch sides, though, if we would have done that. And he's like, well, that's what you want. I'm like, okay. So we get ready to get out there. And he goes, you know what? No, listen, we're going to stick to our sides. I go, so you want me to throw against Devin? And he's like, yep, let's just stick to our sides. You're going to do great. Just do your thing. Let's just play our game. Whatever happens, happens. So, that's where I give him that kudos because, being 16, is he 16? He's
18 now, just turned 18. Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, just for that age, just how he was able to just, bring me back to earth and say, let's just go play our game. Let's just go do it.
You know what? Let me ask both of you guys a question real quick. I think both of you guys have kind of ascended, especially last season as players. And do you feel sometimes when you play the top players, are they giving you the respect that you deserve? Do you feel that? Do you feel like they're playing, like, are they taking extra chances against you that they may not do against other players and you're taking advantage of that? Because both of you have ascended as professionals. when it's not easy. I mean, the depth of the pro division has gotten so extreme, yet you're two players that have found a way to rise. Most players, when that happens, kind of fall or just try to do whatever they can to hold their position. Both of you guys rose. How did you find a way? Like, were you finally like, you know what, we can play too. This is how we're going to make it happen. I think this, because of that, I think this partnership is perfect. I think it's absolutely perfect. I've seen a lot of partnerships. I don't know if you caught the front end of what we were talking about. I think some people made some bad decisions with who they're going with. I won't call all of them out by name, but I think this selection is perfect because you're both in the ascension of your game and you play similar styles. I think this is absolutely perfect.
Yeti, I'll let you go ahead and answer that.
So I don't know. I feel like there are times when I feel like I do get the respect now, but there's still other times, playing in the pro field that, I think some of the men still like, okay, I'm gonna play against a woman. She's not gonna be that tough. I think some of them still have that mindset somehow.
Yeah.
But I'm there to prove it every days in and days out. Another year. To show them that I am there for a reason.
Yes,
absolutely, 100%.
And I would have to. Oh, go. I didn't cut you off, did I, Yeti?
You're good. Go ahead.
Okay. So, and I have to say, I kind of agree with what you're saying, Bernie, because at the beginning of the season, I was very intimidated when I would get up to the boards, with the guys. I'm still like that when I step up beside Cheyenne or Sam Finley or Rosie, Connie. I still get those nerves. But as the season went on, and I have to say in Erie, Pennsylvania, I don't know what was wrong with me that day, but I actually beat quite a few in singles in Erie. And I had a really good game actually with Jamie. And then it wasn't till the end that I kind of just, had some bad moves and I fell apart. So I think just that experience has made me get a little bit more comfortable as each pro national and, the shootouts go. Because even in doubles, you're shooting against, the men too. So I think that's kind of helped just build confidence a little bit. Next season, I'm sure at the beginning of the season, I'm going to be nervous again. But once I get my confidence back, I'm just going to try to do my game, practice, and just show them what I got.
I don't think you have any reason to feel anything but confident going.
Yeah.
Really,
just keep dropping airmails on those fools, guys. Just keep doing it.
Easier said than done, I know. All right, ladies, it's been awesome getting to spend some time with you. Congrats on the partnership. We are going to take a quick break before we bring Devin on to reveal his partner, but thank you guys so much.
Good luck, ladies.
Yes.
Welcome back, everyone. And we just were able to spend some time with Kimberly Glass and her partner, Yeti Irwan. So big congrats to both of them. Very excited to see how they do. I have no doubt it will be awesome. But it is time for our next partner reveal.
Yes.
So I'm going to bring on the man that Bernie just went ahead and reminded everyone just got smoked by Kimberly Glass. So Devin, welcome to the show. What a way to come on, huh? Oh man, Bernie.
Hey. Well, now hold on. Let's also say that I'm the guy that had, when we started out and did our top 10 list last season at the beginning, I had Devin Harbaugh number 1 in my power ranking. So no one believes more in Devin Harbaugh's ability than me. Nobody.
Yeah. I don't know. How do you feel about that, Devin?
I'll take it. I appreciate it.
I'm also probably more critical of Devin than anybody else, but I'm usually critical of people that I think I want more out of. And it's actually my way of saying, I like you. I think you're better than this. But it's me criticizing, which some people don't like. My bad.
Oh, what was that you cut out?
It's constructive criticism.
There you go.
Absolutely. Well, Devin, you've had kind of a rocky road with partners, so I'm excited to have you have like a solid partner for the year. So what kind of went into without revealing who it is, just what kind of went into that thought process for you?
I mean, I wanted somebody on the other end I could trust that was going to show up and compete just as hard as I am. Somebody that was dedicated just as much as I am and willing to go through the difficulties as partners trying to find a way to win and stuff like that. And I think we're going to do good together.
Devin, do you find it hard? Because, I mean, I think if you took a poll of every professional in the game, of the most talented players, you would be in that top 5 to 7 players with everyone's, decision making as far as your talent. Is it hard to find someone that you feel is on your level talent wise and you have an ability as a player to get out of trouble, right? You may put yourself in trouble, but you have a way to get out of that trouble. Is it hard to find someone, and do you feel as a player when you're looking for a doubles partner, you want someone else that can do that as well?
In a way. I also want somebody I'm close with too. I want somebody I know I can trust on the other end, not somebody who we're just there because we're partners.
Right.
So that goes a long way with me too. And so that helped make my decision as well, because me and my partner are pretty close friends. We're pretty close off the board. So I think it's going to translate onto the boards.
Do you have your bad company already, or are you still out there looking?
Yes, we do.
Okay, cool. Is that going to get revealed tonight as well?
Yes, it is.
Oh, man. Let's go.
Well, that's super exciting. All right, Devin, why don't you go ahead and tell us who you're going to be partnering up with this season?
My partner for the 2024 season is Kyle Malone.
Kyle Malone.
What's up, guys?
I like it.
The show.
How's
I
everybody
like
doing?
it. What's up, man?
He's pretty good, I guess.
He's all right. That guy's all right.
No, it's such a great pairing. I think that the level of commitment is obviously going to be there. So I'm excited for both of you. Kyle, how are you feeling going into this season? You had a great partner last season, but now you have another great partner.
Right. So me and Jimmy's partnership did go really good. We did get in the top 10, but obviously the goal is to be number 1. So switched up a little bit, and like Devin said, we've been boys for a while. That's unlikely to change. So I'm comfortable with him on the other end. Obviously, he was in the top 10 this year. He did really well. So.
And then did you guys easily decide on a bag together to throw? Was that an easy thing?
Yeah, for the most part. There was, a couple options, but it was pretty clear who I think we were going to go with from the beginning.
Were you worried about when you change partners to Devin that his arms just aren't as big as Jimmy's? Were you worried about that?
No, because then it doesn't make me look as small. I mean, like Fisher made me look really tiny on TV. I didn't like that at all.
I think that's most people, Kyle. You're not alone.
Yeah.
For sure. But no, the only thing I would say is, sometimes we've seen like with like super teams that, when you have like an A and an A player, isn't working, like an A and a B player or an alpha beta, like does any of that play into all of this for you, Devin?
No, not really. I look at me and Kyle as we're the same player on both ends. So I mean,
That's fair.
You're gonna get out of me. You're gonna get out of me, so.
All right, so when I heard about this,
obviously, but
when I heard about this partnership, I really liked the idea because if you have a weakness, you haven't found a way to win yet. And I know that doesn't sound good because you're always there. You're always deep in brackets. You're a top 10 player. You're one of the most talented players on earth. When Kyle finds a way to get there, he finds a way to win. He has that kind of in his DNA. And I think that's a really good mix between the two of you because now you're talking about two uber talented players. One knows how to win, and almost by osmosis, I think that kind of helps, right? Like you don't have to worry. Like, I don't know. I felt like sometimes watching Devin that you felt like you had to win for your partner too. Does that make any sense what I'm trying to say? Like you didn't just have to win your end. You had to find a way to get enough points to win the other end as well. And I don't think you have to worry about that. And that's not a knock on any of your partners ever in the past. I'm just saying I felt like I saw that in you a couple times calling matches and then just kind of watching how you played.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Yeah, so that takes a whole lot of pressure off. And then, Devin, we know the mindset game is really important to you. Kyle, I'm not sure how much you study up on that, but have you guys been kind of having conversations about how to input that into your games?
I think we pretty much know like what we're gonna get out of each other already. I mean, we've known, like I said, we've known each other for what, Devin, 8 years now minimum.
Oh yeah, something like that.
So we pretty much know what we're gonna get. I guess like I've already said, we're good friends off the court too, so that helps.
I think that it's huge. I said that at the beginning of the show. I don't think you guys were on yet, but I think it actually matters more. And I personally would take a really solid partnership and friendship, even if it was a little bit less money, just so I feel really comfortable and confident with who I was playing with. All right, we're going to take a quick break and come back. We will reveal your bag sponsor. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. All right, we are back. You are muted, by the way, for some reason. In case you didn't know. There we go. You're back. All right, guys. Congratulations on your partnership. You did mention that you already have your bag sponsor. It's been a long day, you guys.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say.
Oh man, it's been a long day.
It's only 5 where you're at.
Yeah, I know, but I was in Disney World all week, and I flew back yesterday from Florida. I'm still on East Coast time, in my defense.
There you go. How was the Jurassic Park ride? Oh, that's not even Disney World, is it?
That's not Disney World. What are you talking about? And I don't even.
I was like, did you get over to Universal, or did you stay in Disney World?
No. Who's your bag sponsor? Since I can't seem to get sentences out.
Ultra.
Wow.
Ultra cool.
All right.
Nice.
So what do you think the bag you're going to be throwing is? Like, do you have any decided?
Probably Viper. I'll probably throw Viper. Stuff like that.
Viper R? They cut out.
R's and
Yeah.
Like Viper.
Nope,
Hey.
You're breaking up a
Yeah.
little bit.
Well, as you come back in, think about that. Like, all right, so now that this team's been announced, now you have your bag out there. Are you guys like? Do you, at your level, do you feel any of the pressure of expectation? Because now with this partnership, the expectations are going to be huge,
Top 5.
right? I would say with the two of you guys, the expectation would be to compete for number 1, and you should be a top 5 team. And like, do you guys feel that as well?
Oh yeah.
Did that cut out for you or just me?
I think everyone cut out there. Are we back?
Okay.
Live TV, gotta love it.
I didn't hear any of that.
Oh, cool. Well, Kyle, do you feel
Sweet. This is going so well.
pressure that everyone expects you to be a top 5 team?
All right, now you're all breaking up.
You know what? I feel pressure for you because the expectations are going to be super high. So I'm saying the expectations are going to be way up there for you guys. What?
So Bernie says yes.
Yes.
I mean, we expect.
Oh man, it was working great before. What happened?
Your dog came in the picture. That's what happened.
She's innocent. You think we're having. Oh man, yeah, no, that's tough.
Cell phones never work.
Never.
Yeah, well, it looks like Kyle's actually in the car, so that's already a little bit risky. But Devin appears to be stationary, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
All right, my back now.
Yeah, we obviously.
There you are. You're there. Yeah, you're there.
When we hear this, we automatically think top 5. So did you hear that, Kyle?
No, I lost
Hold
you.
on. Is there a piece of paper? Do you have a piece of paper, Michelle? Write down, do you feel pressure for being a top 5 team?
Hold on, I'm just going to write. Wait. Hold on, I got this. Wait, is it going to be backwards? Is there a mirror on this?
Yeah, probably.
Here we go.
I mean, I can kind of hear you now.
No, nothing? Okay, I tried.
No, I don't really feel any pressure. No.
Oh, okay, good.
It's more of like an exciting feeling more than anything. Because I've played with rookies for 2 years straight, and then I played with Jimmy last year. Was my first time playing with somebody like that was already known at a high level, and then, now I have a top 10 player in Devin, and I mean, me and Jimmy were close all year. You know what I mean? So maybe that little extra step, maybe me and Devin can take it, and I can get back in the winner's circle again.
Yours still isn't working, Devin.
Devin, smash your phone. Just smash it and start it over.
In the car, other than yours, somehow. I don't know what happened there. I'm not good enough at lip reading to try to figure that out either. All right. Well, we will probably have to let you guys go here since we're having a hard time hearing. But thank you so much for joining us and giving us your time. And good luck this season. And yeah, I guess Team Ultra, Malone, Harbaugh. There you go. Big pickup for them.
I like it.
Let's do
Big
it.
doings. Good luck, guys. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. All right, we're gonna take a quick break and then wrap it all up. Don't go anywhere. Well, Bernie, we've got some time to fill.
We have some time to fill. It's all. You know what? I'm going to ask you this question since we're talking about it. Like,
pressure? Yes, I do. No, I'm just kidding.
well, no, yeah, right. But like when I see a team like that, like in the past, I thought, well, a super team like that has to win a national. I don't know if that's necessarily true anymore. I think if you're a top player in singles or a top team in doubles, I think making a broadcast is kind of like that's your goal. Like, because once you get to a broadcast, you're essentially in the Final Four or in the finals. I mean, it's a bag here, it's a bag there. Anything can happen. But to find your way through an entire bracket to get to the broadcast, I think that's a win. And I think that's proving that you belong at the elite level, even if you don't win. Like, for example, Caleb Batson last year lost, 3 straight bracket finals in singles? But I wouldn't take anything away from his season, right? I mean, he did because he did so well in doubles because he was there. I don't know. Like, what do you think? Do you think because I think there's a lot of pressure. I think obviously sponsors want return on investment, right? If they're going to pay all this money to certain players, they want to see them win. But don't they just want to see him on the broadcast? Don't they, like for Ultra? Don't you just want to see that Ultra on the broadcast from a player? Right?
Yeah.
Is that now the thing? Because it's so hard to win that just making that Final Four or that broadcast isn't that kind of the goal now?
I think for everybody else, that's the goal. I think for Harbaugh, he's got to figure out how to win.
I agree with that.
He's had a finishing problem, and it doesn't make any logical sense. So, if I were Devin, I would definitely be thinking, I've got to figure out what's happening because I've gotten to TV so many times.
Right.
So he's not crossing that line, and so there's something there. And so even if he crosses that line once the entire season, I would be like, okay, we're good. Like I did it. Right. Like, Fisher Hamilton, when we saw him first come on TV, you could see didn't play well. Every time he came on, he got a little better, and then he started winning. So there was a natural progression that you would expect. With Harbaugh, you're watching him get there, but nothing's changing, and that would be. I think it'd be hard for any human being not to start to worry.
Right.
Like, why am I not progressing? Why do I keep getting here and then it falls apart? So for him particularly, I would say that that's not true, but for everybody else, I would say that is true.
Yeah, I'm still of the mindset with Devin that once he learns how to win, once he gets a big win like that, he's going to win a lot.
He's going to win a lot.
You know what I mean? Like once he figures that out and gets that kind of past him on the back end, like I think he's going to win a lot. But I mean, God, the talent. I mean, God, the talent is so strong now. But that's what I like about Kyle. Kyle's won with different partners. Kyle's won singles. You know, like Kyle knows how to win. If Kyle has an issue, it's getting there, right? It's finding a way to the broadcast. But once he's there, Kyle knows how to win. And so I think that's actually a really good decision for them to partner up. And then obviously they're friends. They've known each other, you know, like they said, 8 years, almost a decade in the game together. So I like that pair. I liked both these pairings, honestly. I think they both work. I've seen some others that I'm, you know, a little bit, I kind of question a little bit, but I think both of these work out really well for all four players involved.
We didn't plan it, but that was an all ultra project there, right? Like all Team Ultra players. We didn't know that. I didn't know who their sponsor was.
Yeah. So big night for Ultra.
Teams for Ultra, I think that are very strong. I definitely think you'll be seeing TV time from all of them.
Yep.
You know, things are a little bit different next season, and we cover that in depth on Around the ACL about the changes in the Pro Series and the shootouts, and you know the women's part of the Pro Shootout is going away. It's just going to be one gender neutral. So it's a little bit different, but then of course we're adding in that women's doubles, you know, in the other events. So. You know, the women still have a lot of places to shine. And I like the idea that your pro partnership is the same as your women's doubles partnership, because you're getting all those hours together to build that chemistry and understand how to work together and to get the wins.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be a strong strategy for them. You know, what's interesting is you don't see a lot of co-ed teams. I mean, you really don't. It tends to be women only or men only, but not a lot of mixed.
And I think that goes back to what you were saying about being friends with someone. I think sometimes naturally it's easier for women. They're going to understand each other a little better, like what they're going through, you know, away from the court, just a little bit better than, and guys kind of know each other a little better than like, but you know, I mean, there are exceptions, but it is, I think some of the ladies have a way to go, like it surprises me. We don't know who Cheyenne's playing with yet, by the way. So we don't know. Like, all right, let's take some shots in the dark for next week. Who do you think? Who do you think she's going to go with?
I know, so I can't guess.
Oh, you know? I don't know. Yeah. I'm always the last to know. That's upsetting.
Yes, I can't guess. But I do know it was someone that she really wanted to play with. So it's going to be interesting. I know we have Cameron Belvin and Tice Cobb.
Yeah.
They're a mixed team. We had Cheyenne and Frank last season, which was a mixed team, and then we had Bella and Kingfisher, and then I feel like there's one more. Who am I thinking of? Mixed team. Well, Kimberly. Who did Kimberly play with?
Oh, God, I can't remember.
It's like it was so far long ago, but
chat. Ask the chat. Chat, help us out. Who did?
Are you guys still even there with us? I mean, I appreciate you.
Yeah, that was a struggle. It's tough with cell phones, man.
I know. Yeah, I know. I was just thinking this. One of the things the pros are going to have to start to invest in is going to be, you know, proper interview materials, right? Like lighting and
like maybe get stuff on walls.
I mean, take advice from Bernie. Bernie's got it down. Okay, Chris Seaton, thank you. Oh, Kimberly's telling us. So it helps if the person's actually in the chat.
Thanks, Kim. That's a big win. We have the shortest
Yeti with
season.
Danny Seals. So yeah,
that's right. That's who I was thinking of. I knew she put. God, that's crazy. Our off season, if there is such, if you really think about cornhole, there's not really an off season. I mean, even the World Championships happen, and then And then we all go out to California, but everyone's playing all week. I mean, we've had conferences where people are trying to qualify as pros as well that have been going on since then. It's like there's not really an off season. I wonder if players would benefit from an off season. I mean, yeah, you can play in your local blind draw and all that kind of stuff, but as far as like a pro off season.
Well, we actually talk about it in around the ACL that we think that this moves a little bit too quickly because technically the pro season doesn't start for 6 months. So if everybody wasn't jumping on partnerships this early, you could theoretically wait through a few opens before you kind of locked in on. But everybody moves so quickly that you can't because there'll be nobody left. Everyone's kind of scrambling to find a partner because if you wait too long, you're screwed. And everyone's looking to lock down their bag sponsors, which means they have to lock down a partner. So everything happens like light speed. But technically, it wouldn't have to happen for like another 4 months.
I guess, but I mean, let's be honest. I mean, they love the opens. Pros love the opens. They're playing in any open they can, as far if they can make it. So I kind of view that. I view that as part of the season. Now it's not a part of.
In those first few opens.
What's that? Say that again.
Like.
It's you that's breaking up. There you are.
You froze. Don't blame me. You froze.
It's all you. It's all your fault. It's California. No, I mean, you may not be playing with your actual partner, but I feel like you're still playing as a professional in the opens, and so I don't view it as time off necessarily. I mean, I think some of the pros could deal with some time off. Yeah, you play in some of your. I mean, I don't know. We could go back and forth on this. I think that some of them could use a little mental reset from time to time.
Oh yeah, would they take it? I mean, we go to these
play in your blind draw, play in your local charity event. That's not quite the same. That's not quite the same intensity. I mean, even in the opens, you're going to get deep in a bracket and have to play someone of your same skill level, and the competitiveness that's going to come out between all of you is there. So it's like a pro event, right? I wonder if some of them, a month or two away from getting into that kind of competitive, I don't know. Maybe that's just maybe that's what makes our game different, is that you can play it year round. It's not going to hurt you, right? You're not going to physically get hurt by it. So maybe that does work. I don't know.
No, Yeti said I'd like some time off.
Right? I think especially for the old, like when you're the set that's like 30, 35 and older, I think they would like it because most of them do have real jobs on the side. They have families. I mean, you need that time to kind of reset, kind of reacclimate. Yeah,
I can attest to it, right? Like we live the same kind of schedule, and I'm like really enjoying. I love the season. I love traveling and being there, but I'm enjoying the contrast of like the break of like, okay, at least now I can kind of, get.
I don't know which one of us is frozen.
Settle in next break. Combine. Hold on. Did I cut out again?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it was great. Well, if everyone else heard it, I think it was great. But no,
it was fantastic.
I'm with you. I think I love this break, and I love the fact it's football season.
Oh, it's going on. Okay. Well, all I wanted to say was that the answer the question. What? Huh? First open October 6th, 7th, 8th, Rock Hill. All right, yep. We got it. All right, guys. Yep. We apparently aren't meant to be anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and say goodbye. Thank you everybody for joining us, and we'll see you guys all next week.